Hello, my name is Jennifer Martinez with the Southland Development Authority. In this presentation, I will walk you through how we calculate the economic impact of SDA's work over the period of 2020 to 2024. I'll explain our methodology, break down the key numbers, and show how these calculations reflect the real benefits of our investments. This presentation will cover four core components. First, I'll explain the concept of economic multipliers and how they are used. Second, I'll show how we calculate the social accounting matrix multiplier, SAM for short. Third, I'll walk you through specific impact calculations for key initiatives, including the land bank, the Harvey Housing Initiative, and our municipal consulting unit. And finally, I'll summarize the total economic impact we've generated over 5 years. To translate spending into economic impact, we use three types of multipliers. One, the output multiplier. Two, the labor income multiplier. And three, the tax multiplier. These numbers were extracted from Implan, which is a nationally recognized economic modeling software. Implan provides region-specific multipliers based on economic input-output models. These multipliers estimate how a dollar spent in one sector circulates through other sectors of the economy. The output multiplier captures the total business activity generated by our spending. Meanwhile, the labor income multiplier measures how much additional income, such as wages and salaries, is created for workers. Finally, the tax multiplier estimates the increase in tax revenues resulting from the new economic activity. Together, these three figures are summed to form the social accounting matrix, or SAM multiplier. The single value gives us a comprehensive measure of total economic impact per dollar spent. For example, in 2024, SDA spent a total of around $3.47 million. Based on the weighted mix of industries we engaged with that year, the SAM multiplier was calculated to be 7.3. This means that for every $1 we spent in 2024, approximately $7.30 in total economic activity was generated. When we multiply our total expenses by the SAM multiplier, we get an estimated economic impact of $25.4 million for the year of 2024. To track the businesses and projects we support, we use Salesforce, our client relationship management system. Every company or organization we assist is entered into Salesforce as an account. Each record includes information such as industry classification, business location, and service type. This structured data set allows us to group accounts by industry and geographic region, which is essential for accurately applying the appropriate economic multipliers later in the process. The following report summarizes the active accounts SDA supported in 2024. It confirms how many businesses we worked with and shows the sector-based distribution of our engagement. This snapshot serves as a verification tool to ensure our impact calculations are grounded in real data from the field. Next, we take those accounts and group them by industry. This industry composition determines the weighing of each sector in the final SAM multiplier. For example, if a large portion of our engagements were in construction or manufacturing, the overall multiplier will reflect the economic characteristics of those industries. This is a critical step that ensures our impact model is not based on a generic multiplier, but rather on a customized calculation that accurately reflects SDA's work. When the output, labor income, and tax multipliers for each sector are weighed by their shares and summed, the result is the composite multiplier of 7.3 used for the 2024 calculations in the previous slide. The table on screen summarizes how we arrive at the South Suburban Land Bank, or Land Bank for short, 2024 economic impact figure. In the calculations, we quantify four separate effects. First, using a hedonic pricing model, we estimate that rehabilitating land bank properties raises the market value of nearby homes by an aggregate $16.4 million, producing a benefit cost ratio of 7.71 for that component alone. Second, the higher assessed values generate an additional $348,000 a year in local property tax revenue. Third, when private buyers and the Illinois Housing Development Authority match the land bank's work with their own rehabilitation spending, that induced investment adds $3.7 million to regional output. Fourth, we apply the social accounting matrix multiplier to the land bank's 2024 budgetary spending and obtain an estimated $3.9 million in wider economic activity. Job creation and the resulting income tax revenue are calculated from in-plan labor income coefficients and shown on the table. When we sum every component, the total estimated economic impact of the South Suburban Land Bank's activity in 2024 is $24.5 million. Comparing that figure with the original budget's spending of $2.1 million yields an overall benefit cost ratio of 11.5, meaning each dollar the land bank spent last year is expected to return more than $11 in measurable economic value to the Southland communities. Now let's walk through the Harvey Housing Initiative in detail. SDA has invested a total of around $1 million in 4 housing rehabilitation projects in Harvey. That capital produced a direct construction impact of $1.6 million through contractor wages, material purchases, and related services. To capture the full economic effect of renovation, we pair our regional input-output model with a hedonic pricing model. The input-output framework quantifies the first round spending and the supply chain ripple, while the hedonic model measures how a renovated home raises the market value of nearby properties. Applying the hedonic uplift to surrounding residences adds $2.79 million in additional wealth for homeowners. Combining the direct construction impact with the hedonic property value gains produces a total economic impact of $4.4 million. When we compare that outcome to the original investment, every dollar committed to Harvey Housing is projected to return roughly $4.46. Now let's examine the municipal consulting unit. On this slide, we show a detailed breakdown of how the economic impact of SDA's municipal consulting unit is calculated for each community. The column labeled opportunity cost refers to the total dollar value of the projects being carried out at each of the locations as a result of our engagement. The multiplier column is 1.02 for each project and reflects the professional services multiplier we use to estimate the immediate local economic ripple created by these efforts. Multiplying the opportunity cost by the multiplier produces the consulting impact figure This captures how much local economic activity is generated right away by the consulting engagement. The aggregate impact column shows additional indirect benefits, including supplier and vendor activity in the local economy. The project impact column shows that much larger value of the full capital or development project that our technical assistance has helped each community unlock. That's 27.2 million in Hazel Crest, 6.25 million in Sauk Village, and around $515,000 in Thornton. We do not add the consulting or aggregate impacts to the project impact. The project impact already includes the total investment in each community. By presenting both the immediate consulting impact and the total project impact side by side, we are able to clearly demonstrate both the direct economic activity associated with our professional services and the much larger capital investments that our work makes possible. When we bring all initiatives together across the 5-year period, the results are significant. SDA's investments in business support, land reuse, housing rehabilitation, and municipal consulting totaled approximately 21 million between 2020 and 2024. These investments generated a combined economic impact of $211 million. This figure includes all direct, indirect, and induced effects calculated using the SAM multiplier methodology, with initiative-specific adjustments as appropriate. Thank you for taking the time to review the Southland Development Authority's impact calculations.